Good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic. This is the daily video forecast discussion from New York to Philly for this Friday, which happens to be the 15th of May, 2020. Take a look at the rainfall reports here across the Hudson River Valley area down to Philadelphia during the last 24 hours, including the rainfall that fell this morning, anywhere from a tenth of an inch to maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe a little bit more in spots across Connecticut. Also, most of New Jersey experienced less than a tenth of an inch of precipitation in the last 24 hours. Current air temperatures this morning already climbing well into the 60s, even into the 70s here down around Delaware here. We have some upper 60s around the coast here as well, and low to mid 60s, even some upper 50s here across interior Connecticut this morning. And it's pretty saturated out there this morning. We've got dew points also in the upper 50s and low and mid 60s. And if we take a look at the relative humidity, it's going to be running on the high side this morning with that cloud deck that's over us. And the precipitation that fell overnight, relative humidity values are generally running in the 70s to a 90% bracket this morning. And visibilities are generally fair to good over in New Jersey, New York metropolitan area. A few stations reporting some lower visibilities, but most are about 10 miles, except in Delaware, and points to the south where some of the visibilities are about a mile to 2 miles. And the minimum temperatures overnight generally running in the low to the mid 50s across the north here, and the low and mid 60s in the south. With that warm air advection ongoing, the last 24 hours has seen temperatures in the Connecticut River Valley, southeastern New York, all of Long Island, New Jersey, down to Philly and the I-95 corridor, running about 8 to 15 degrees warmer than it has been over the last 24 hours. Checking in with the guys and girls here at the National Weather Service offices here, we have small craft advisories on the coastal waters from Long Island Sound here down through the bays, the back bays here in the Delaware, and the Chesapeake as well. And of course the hazardous weather outlook here for the Hudson River Valley all the way down through northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Late this afternoon and evening, again, thunderstorms, damaging wind gust and hail. And basically that is for all of these areas here in the lighter tan color here, if you will. So we'll be watching for this again. National surface chart from weatherroanoke.com, digital atmosphere software. Here's our warm front now snaking through central New Jersey down to the coastal waters. There's some shower and thunderstorm, well, shower activity actually here, and a little bit around the Newark, New York City metro area this morning. We have another prefrontal trough here developing to our west, a southwesterly flow around high pressure now well off in the mid-Atlantic. We're still monitoring this, but this forecast is just for the New Jersey, New York metro area. This cold front will be coming through, and this cold front will be coming through. And we've got rounds of showers and thunderstorms on the way for late this afternoon and tonight. Rutgers, New Jersey Weather Network wind speeds this morning from the stations reporting in at about 5 to 12 miles per hour. That's not too bad. The wind gusts don't look impressive either, but there's a few out there that are about 10, maybe 15 miles per hour in spots. Let's take a look at the visible satellite imagery up close this morning. There's breaks in the cloud cover now developing across northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson River Valley area, northwestern New Jersey, and it's going to be a variable cloudy day. We're going to have breaks of sunshine here, and that's going to help to destabilize the atmosphere with showers and thunderstorms ahead of a prefrontal trough and then the cold front late tonight. There's a better shot up close from the GOES 16 satellite imagery here. The band 2, visible red, shows the breaks of clearing here across northwestern New Jersey. Still lingering here at the weather station now, but that's going to clear out in just a little bit temporarily, and that's going to allow the temperatures to really rise into the 80s, but no records. Low-level water vapor is showing the drying that's occurring here across southern New England, the southern New York State, Connecticut River Valley area into northwestern New Jersey, and we still have this warm front down to our south here, which is going to be moving back up north during this afternoon, and all of this in here is going to lead to very warm conditions. And focusing in on New England, the southern mid-Atlantic area, we're generally in a marginal risk to a slight risk for severe thunderstorms from the Hudson River Valley area here into Connecticut and northwestern New Jersey into central Pennsylvania. More enhanced risk of thunderstorms across northeastern Pennsylvania, north of the Poconos, into central New York and into southern New England for today. Use this morning's NAM model guidance for the infrared channel. Here we can see the bright colors of the cloud tops here ahead of that cold front prefrontal trough. Things are going to clear out late this morning, early this afternoon across New Jersey, New York. That's going to destabilize the atmosphere. Could have a few pop-up storms ahead of a prefrontal trough here, getting into the Hudson River Valley, northeastern New Jersey, and north of Philly. And then here comes the cold front. Isolated storms here tonight and tomorrow morning. Most of the Cape values will be decreasing during this period, so anything that comes down late this afternoon and this evening could be locally heavy and cause some flooding, maybe some small pea-sized hail and some wind. And the front just stalls out south of the area on Saturday afternoon. We break for sunshine, temperatures back into the 70s, and then the warm front comes back north again during the day on Sunday, and again lots of breaks of sunshine. And this will lead to the next chance of precipitation coming in here probably during Sunday night and Monday. So not a washout weekend. It's going to be pretty nice to be outside in most cases, but it's going to be warm. Plenty of available water in the atmosphere in terms of water vapor for this afternoon and evening. It's just a matter of how much lifting is around the area to produce any of this rainfall that's in water vapor to reach the ground in discrete cells or prefrontal trough here, but definitely, we're looking at, some heavy downpours in some of this locally, but widely scattered around the region, and then everything begins to dry out again on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon as the dry air and cold front sinks to south and starts returning back again on Sunday. And by the time we get into Sunday night and Monday, we're still okay here in northern New Jersey, not so far in Philadelphia and Washington, D.C., and that warm front and moisture advection will continue to work back north over the region again ahead of the next system coming in for early next week. And when we look at the next 60 hours here in terms of precipitation, we're dealing with generally less than an inch of precipitation in most areas, but discrete cells in thunderstorms could produce up to an inch, maybe an inch and a half in spots across New Haven and portions of the Poconos and parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. But for the most part, right now, because the Cape values will be decreasing during this period, most of the precipitation will just produce some spotty flooding issues with any of those heavier downpours. Next thing up is the convective overview here, which includes the bulk shear and the Cape values here, and they're increasing this afternoon across the region, but most of the precipitation will not really we're going to have some prefrontal trough precipitation, some isolated scattered cells here that could produce some very heavy downpours, some small pea-sized hail across Pennsylvania, the lower Hudson Valley, into Connecticut, and portions of the Poconos as well. But by the time these storms get through here late tonight, early tomorrow morning ahead of the cold front, the Cape values decrease, but that doesn't mean that some of the precipitation cells along this cold front will not be strong, especially in Connecticut, New York State, portions of New Jersey, before everything just waxes and wanes here. Comes up more Cape values on Sunday, but most of this is decreasing back towards Roanoke and towards to the west. By the time we get into Sunday, they're increasing once again around Columbus and Indiana, Indianapolis and Cincinnati and Louisville, and that is all going to be moving in our direction for early next week. Better look at the nature of these showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon along the prefrontal trough here this afternoon and evening. There are going to be some isolated storms here along the prefrontal trough getting into Pennsylvania. These are thunderstorms. And of course, we have to wait for the cold front to come through, so there's going to be some rain around here tonight and thunderstorms too, and then everything just passes to the east and southeast. And the front just kind of stalls out in the boundary layer here, and then it begins to start returning to the north on Sunday night and Monday. Finally today, again, it's going to be a warm day. I don't see any records here though. 80s inland and mid-80s across New Jersey's metro areas like Newark. The orange is here. That looks good. Trenton down to Philadelphia, the I-95 corridor. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Tomorrow is going to be delightful too. Lots of sunshine around after the clouds break in the morning and the rain dissipates to the south. Temperatures back into the 70s. Most areas mid and upper 70s, in fact. Sunday is a little cooler, back into the 60s, which is a little bit below normal again. and this isn't showing up right yet. Monday's temperatures again back into the 50s and mid 60s and lower 70s depending on where you are. Now if you're north of the warm front here on Monday, which it will be back into the 50s and lower 60s here to the north in northern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley area, Connecticut, and Long Island. And if you're south along the warm front here from, let's say, the I-95 corridor south, you're going to be in the 60s and low 70s. And that's on Monday. As we get to Tuesday, things cool down with another cold front moving through. Temperatures back into the 50s and 60s, below normal for this time of the year once again. That trend continues on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. We're going to be running about 12 to 15 even degrees Fahrenheit above normal for today. We're back to about 5 to 8 degrees above normal tomorrow. We're back down below 5 to 7 degrees below normal on Sunday. Monday, the same thing, 10 degrees below normal to the north, and about neutral in southern New Jersey and the I-95 corridor, and that's location of frontal systems there. Then we're definitely back behind normal again for negative 10, negative 15 degrees here on Tuesday. Wednesday is the same kind of scenario here, below average on the anomalies, and again below average normal highs on Thursday, May 21st. So that's going to do it for this morning's New Jersey, New York, Philly I-95 corridor video forecast discussion for this Friday and the weekend ahead. We'll cover the tropics and the rest of the country in another video later this morning. For everything, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Be safe out there and have a great Friday.